after the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
What's good, Washington Commander fans? All right, I want to talk to y'all today about one Sam Howell. Yes, yes, yes. Sam Howell. We are witnessing now. Granted, Sam Howell does lead the league in sacks, but for the last few weeks, he has been coming on. The offense has been coming on, and everything like that. And just the mindset that he has completely starting to get the feel of Eric B offense. Eric Bieniemy, if you look at his track record in Kansas City, they pass the ball a lot. That's all they do. They vary some runs. They sprinkle some run in there a little bit here just to make it look good. But they also use the running backs in the passing game a whole lot more than most of the receivers. I don't think Kansas City had, or besides Travis Kelce, I don't think no receiver over there had 1,000 yards. And you're looking at, like, Terry has 600 yards right now. I think Jahan probably had like 4 something. But you look what the running backs like AG and Brian B. Rob doing. They're effective in the running game because they are a matchup problem for linebackers. So therefore, you can never have enough personnel, because if you do put a personnel in there to shadow the running backs, then guess what? You're going to leave receivers open. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the Seattle game showed me a whole lot more of Sam Howell. You know what I'm saying? I already know Sam Howell could play the game. I already know Sam Howell is that guy because I seen him play against my Miami Hurricanes in Louisville. Now, granted, his final year, he didn't have a lot of help, but he still was able to be effective. He went one-on-one against Kenny Pickett and beat him because Kenny Pickett was right there in with the Pitt Panthers. So therefore, we already know. But Kenny Pickett got picked higher than him. And look, you see what the result is right now. Even though Pittsburgh has a winning record over Washington, but Kenny Pickett doesn't have the numbers. They're doing it in different ways over in Pittsburgh. We have to rely on, because Kenny Pickett started last year. Desmond Ridder started last year. Sam Howell only started 1 game. That's with the Dallas Cowboys. And he won that game. Now, can Sam Howell beat the Cowboys for the second time on Thanksgiving? Hey, that will be something to look forward to. I'll sign up for that. But if you look at the last few games, Sam Howell has come on, and everybody, and you gotta think, Sam Howell and Tua came out in the same draft also. So now I'm gonna read this from Tar Heels Wire. Adrian Jensen. He wrote, Sam Howell leads the entire NFL in two of these categories. Now, we got to think. If you think about passing leaders, who you think? Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, probably Justin Herbert. But this year, Tua was a surprise because the way they got off the season, he has cooled off a little bit. Not even Dak Prescott. Right now, to me, Sam Howell is the best quarterback in the NFC East right now. He is the best quarterback. The way he's playing, but the team's record doesn't reflect on if Sam Howell and the offense had won, if the defense had played solid, we would have won a lot more games. If you think about it, we beat Philly twice. We have beat the Giants, and we have beat Seattle. That's four games, right? So we take the 4 games off that 6 record and add them to the record that we have. You know what I'm saying? What we 3? We'd have been 7-2. Yep, 7-2. We'd have been 7-2 because we 3-6 right now. So, with that being said, that could have set them, the Commanders, in a whole total light, playoff bound, wild card, easy. Matter of fact, they could have been leading in the division. That's the kind of fortune they have. Their schedule don't get easy after the Giants game Sunday. They imagine when the Giants game, they're 5-6. They somehow beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, because that's gonna be a short week. And then they have to travel to Dallas, so they could easily be 6-6. Then you look forward to the game against Miami and everything like that. But nevertheless, I'm going to give you some stuff about him. Sam Howell currently leads the NFL with 2,783 passing yards with 264 completions. He is currently 157 yards ahead of MVP candidate C.J. Stroud, who is second, by the way, plus 31 completions ahead of Joe Burrow. All right. Now, Sam Howell did pass for 312 yards with 3 touchdowns in a near upset of the Seahawks. But for the Commanders to make the playoffs, which, you know, for the first time we starting to have strong quarterback play. Something that we haven't had. We was in search for a quarterback because there was a lot of talk in the beginning of the season. Well, they don't know if Sam Howell is that guy. They kept saying, well, maybe Sam Howell could be a little bit more, he's just a stopgap. There's Drake May coming out. There's Caleb Williams. There's all of these quarterbacks, Bo Nix and all this. The Commanders need a franchise quarterback. You just got to get the right person on the right guy. So, with such strong quarterback play, it's surprising Washington isn't holding on to a playoff spot right now. Exactly. Because you know why? It's the defense. Even before trading Chase and Montez, guess what happens? The defense still was bad. So people say, well, why did we trade them? The defense still was bad no matter what. Now, the defense could have got better. On the back end, I think the back end is the worst part of the defense. It's not the front end. So the Commanders are 2 whole games behind Minnesota. This is no longer the NFL with veterans, Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. It's the NFL with new stars like Howell. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly. The Commanders defense disappoints. Magic Johnson from contributing to a loss. The Commanders are 4-6. Yeah, they're 4-6. My bad. So, I mean, like I said, they could have been. Yeah, they could have been 5-5. They could have been even off 5-5. But the thing about it is, we don't put ourselves in position to win games. We put ourselves in position to continue to lose games. You know what I'm saying? And it's saddening that, Sam Howell is, he had a good game. But nevertheless, I'm going to talk more about Sam Howell. The Washington Commanders was in search for a quarterback for years after Robert Griffin. We thought Robert Griffin was the guy, but we didn't. We went through a whole slew of quarterbacks. I mean, everybody that you could think of. Taylor Heineke, Alex Smith, rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. You know what I'm saying? We had all these quarterbacks, but none of them was able to do anything that we needed to do. We gotta make sure the things we have to look at is how progressions. Now, there are things that he has done to, things that he has done that he needs to work on, like turning over the ball in crucial times. But you can see directly Sam Howell can make every throw. He can make every throw. every throw he can make, you know what I'm saying, whether it's deep, in a minute, he even had some of Patrick Mahomes like moments in the Seattle game, especially the first one when they scored the first touchdown, the 51-yard. And guess what? When has the Washington Commanders had big plays on offense? Guess what? We was having big plays in the game. We had a 51-yard pass play to B-Rob. Then we had a bomb, I think 35 yards to De'Armond Brown for a touchdown. We had a big play to Antonio Gibson for a touchdown. I think it was 22 yards, something like that. I mean, we have not had big plays like that. And the more you look at the Commanders with Sam Howell, he's going to be able to get them big plays because teams don't know. If you watch Sam Howell yesterday, and I could go all the way back to the New England game when the one play that I got excited about was when he rolled out all the way to his right and threw way back across the field for Pringle to catch it and got a first down. These are the kind of plays he's making. He's starting to make these Patrick Mahomes-like plays. You see what he do now? He moves on a run. Teams think he's about to run the ball, but then he end up throwing the ball to either a receiver or a running back and getting big yardage. So now you show a threat of running. You open up a little bit more to have the running threat. Because like Pete Carroll said in his press conference, he said they looked like they was passing so much. They was passing, so they didn't expect for them to run. And then when they did run, they got some positive yardage. And now Seattle had to think differently because now you got a quarterback that can scramble. He can hurt you running, but he also can throw on a run, as you've seen. And doing the things that's going to make this team very, very dangerous. He's going to make them dangerous, and it's going to be a problem, a very much problem. Let me go back to where I was looking at. So, NFL Rookie Watch posted on Twitter say, Sam Howell may have lost the game, but he has officially established himself as Commanders franchise quarterback. Howell is now leading the entire NFL in passing yards. He leads the entire NFL in pass completions. I can't even see that part right there. It says, I probably go to. In trouble, sprints out and finds Robinson. Let me see. NFL Rookie Watch. Yeah, there we go. I got them on there. They posted so much. Yeah. All right, here we go. I got all the Sam Howell stats. Thank you. So, like I said, and he is tied for third in the entire league for passing touchdowns. He has 17. So, who wouldn't thought a fifth-round pick from 2020 would be setting the league on fire? A quarterback down in Washington is not being talked about enough. Because you know why? We're not winning games. That's why. And they're gonna look at that. They're gonna look at that and say, well, you know what? Hey, they're gonna say, well, hey, you know what? This is what it is. If Washington was winning games, if they won the games that they had lost, guess what would have happened? Sam Howell would have been talked about. He would have been even talked about in MVP category. That's how important it is. But since the team is losing games, he doesn't get on the recognition, I mean, he probably won't even get a Pro Bowl reserve. He ain't gonna get a Pro Bowl start. He's not gonna get a start over Dak or Purdy. I mean, he's out playing Purdy. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Purdy is on a team that well recognized, gets talked about a lot. You know, he's outperforming Dak. He's outperforming Jalen Hurts. But he's not going to get that recognition because the team is not winning games. And the Commanders' defense let him down yesterday. And they got to, and this is where Ron Rivera, I feel like, is letting Sam Howell down. I think Airbnb is calling a decent game. He had his issues earlier, but you could see the maturation between Sam Howell and Airbnb, how they starting to come together. They starting to see the same things on the field. That was going to make them so much dangerous. I don't really think Josh Harris is going to move on from Eric Bieniemy because he's going to want that continuity with. If you think about it, look at Josh Harris' record. Josh Harris had Dolan over there with James Harden for a long, long time. James Harden, they did go way back. Daryl Morey, he had them together, but for some reason it soured up. I don't see that same happen with Eric Bieniemy and Sam Howell. I see them growing. Eric Bieniemy is doing the same thing he did with Patrick Mahomes. He's going to get Sam Howell to that elite level where Sam Howell is going to end up being the best quarterback in the NFC. Not naming Purdy, not naming Dak, not naming Jalen Hurts. I do believe if they give Eric Bieniemy that shot to run that team the way he needs to put it together, I bet money that next season this team will make the playoff. They will be they would collapse win percentage than they're doing this year. These close games that if you think about it, that's how Minnesota was a year ago. They was losing close games. Last year they was winning close games. Washington losing close games. Next year they could take off. Now you're gonna have a quarterback, and only if you reconfigure that offensive line a little bit more, boom, it's gonna happen. Sam Howell is that guy, man. There's no need to look any further. All you got to do is build around him. Do what you need to do, in which I will talk in a separate video of what the things the Washington Commanders need to do in 2024. I will discuss that later this week. But make no mistake, Sam Howell is that guy. Sam Howell is the guy that really is going to finally set this franchise in the right direction. And then players going to come and go, but hopefully we can have Sam Howell as our franchise quarterback for at least 7 to 10 years. That's why I look at it. If we do the things to keep him winning, keep him healthy, not getting injured, then we'll be fine. But now we have to look at Sam Howell as that guy. He is the franchise. There's no dismaking about it. I even had conversations with people say, oh, y'all need to get a quarterback. No, Sam Howell is that guy. He's going to prove it again Sunday against the Giants. He's going to prove it again on Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. Mark my word. I promise you that. He gets through 2 wins. He beats the Cowboys. If he ends up beating the Cowboys twice this year, last year and this year, oh yeah, the Cowboys going to have problems with the Washington. And you got to think about it. Look what the team was. They didn't score a lot of points, but in the last few weeks, they've been starting to put on points. Whether they lose or win the games, that offense is looking like they're ready to really, really explode a lot. A lot. They're really, really looking to explode a lot. And I just want to see it happen. I want them to really go into that Giants game and just the same way they attacked Seattle, attack them the same way. It's going to be hard for the Giants to beat us the second time around because the game is not going to be close at all, not by a long shot. But anyway, Thank you for stopping in, listening to my short video of Sam Howell. I think Sam Howell is on the right track. He's showing improvement. He's learning. First year under the leading. I think he will get better. I think things he's going to sit back and look back in the off season what he did this year and take it in the next year, and he's going to be even better than what he has. But now, Washington Commander fans, y'all can go out and get them Sam Howell jerseys. Told you, it's Howell season, baby. So hopefully y'all like this video. Continue to support the channel, Live Wire Sports Media. Continue to support the channel. Trying to get up to 2,000. You know what I'm saying? Continue to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell anytime I drop a hardcore video. Till then, hail to the Commanders. I'm out.